do it there. Testing out the Boblov C18 body-worn professional video camera, 1296p. Testing it out to see if it'll work well for a dash cam. It's not meant to be a dash cam, but hey, if it works, it works. So we're gonna see how it does. We made another video yesterday of this video in different of this camera in different light settings. Okay, it has a 32 gig internal memory card, so you don't have to put a SD card in it. It does not have night vision, but it does have motion detection. Okay, so it has some features and they are nice, but we're not exactly sure how well it's going to work. It has a Sony lens with a Novatech chipset. So we're going to see how well that combination works, how fast it can see. We have it set on 1290p, so it should be good, crisp, clear images. And we're going to see how fast that chipset can process these images when you're going down the road doing 25 miles an hour or whatever you're doing. So we're headed for an area here that we just went through, and there was a couple of cops sitting there waiting to catch somebody speeding because they lowered a lot of these areas down to 25 miles an hour. So we're going to be real careful here and make sure we're not speeding so we don't get stopped and we don't get a speeding ticket. That's the last thing I need, is a speeding ticket. So we want to see how well it can see traffic lights, stop signs, vehicle motion, you know, testing in general to see what it can do. That guy just couldn't wait. His vehicle's already tore up driving that way, but you know how some drivers are. So at least he did stay in his lane and didn't come over into my lane. Now, if you can see, I'm in my lane, and we want to see, I'm going to get over, my turn signal is on. We're going to see how well this video camera can define the road. If it can see the stoplight, if it can see there's a 25 mile an hour sign up there. It says, "Welcome to East Cleveland." So this video was being shot through the windshield of my four-wheeler, where a digital dash camera would work. You know, it's obviously not outside the vehicle. And again, we're just testing it out, the Boblov C18, testing it to see how well it will work for a dash cam, or if it's no good, we're going to post this video to YouTube, a global video platform. That way you can make an informed decision as to whether or not you think this product will work for your application for whatever it is that you're trying to do. So that's my dog sniveling in the background. If you can hear him, he wants to get out and run, and he likes to snivel and whimper when he's in the truck here, in the Jeep, in the four-wheeler. So that's just, be quiet, dude. Nothing wrong with you. So we're going down a hill. The roads are wet, so I don't know if you can see that or not. I hope it can. I hope it can see the conditions pretty clearly. It's a Friday morning, so lots of people are off of work, and there's more traffic on the road on Fridays than Monday through Thursday. So it's the weekend basically coming up, and a lot of people are out with their paychecks, making their errands, doing everything. So We're coming into a construction zone. And we almost stopped, but we didn't stop quite right there at that stop sign. So I wanted to see how well it picked that up, whether or not it could tell that I stopped completely or not, because I didn't. And you can use this type of camera in case the police stop you, to show the police, yeah, I did stop at the light, or I did stop at the stop sign. You can take and put it against your speedometer and tell them it's doing 20 miles an hour or whatever it is. And you can use it in your defense to get out of a ticket, to get out of court. So we're in a school zone now that's 25 miles an hour, and this guy right next to me is speeding, and you can see he's getting ready to get a ticket because there's a camera right there. And we're also going to make a video of that. East Cleveland, we're in East Cleveland, Ohio. They have lots of traffic cameras to catch people running lights and to catch people speeding. And in school zones, they have fixed cameras that are mounted on poles. They have portable cameras that are like a toolbox that they put out every day, and they hook them up to a car battery, okay? And they move those around all the time, so you never know where the cameras are at. So East Cleveland is a city that's in poverty, and they're doing everything they can to try to make some money. So you can't blame them, but if they cleaned up some of the crime, then that would help a lot, but they won't. You know, they let it go, so I don't know what to say. But dude, be quiet, dude. My dog gets on my nerves sometimes. There's nothing wrong with him doing all that whimpering and stuff. He just wants to get out and run. And he's always, I drove from Cleveland, Ohio to Indiana, and he whimpered the whole way. The whole way from there. He loves to drive with me, but he's always wanting to get out. He always wants to get out and run, and he's always whimpering about it. So I don't know what to say, but okay, this car here is not driving right. When you have the right of way, you're supposed to go. Okay, you're not supposed to stop in traffic and wait for somebody to enter traffic. When you have the right of way, you're supposed to keep on moving. That's the way it works. You stop in traffic and have an accident and somebody hits you, it's still your fault, because you stopped when there was no reason and the people didn't expect you to stop, and you stopped to let somebody else in who was supposed to wait their turn. Okay? I'm not against letting people in, but it's when it's your turn. But when you have the right of way, don't drive crazy and stop and wait on everybody to do what they're going to do. Keep going. You got the right of way. Get on down the road so you're not holding up traffic. A lot of people under emergency a lot of times. They're trying to get somewhere, late for work, going to the hospital, going to different places. So don't hold it up. Keep on moving. That's what you're supposed to do. But a lot of people don't understand it. This guy in front of me wants to almost completely stop for a little bitty plate on the road that's about 1 inch high, but some people get real nervous. Oh, it's 1 inch, it's a plate on the road, I better stop and go over it doing 2 miles an hour, you know. And you really look stupid doing that. I hate to say that, but you look stupid. Okay, keep on moving. That little plate isn't going to hurt your car. It's not going to hurt your tires unless your tires are bald. Let's see if he changes lanes now. Okay, he's straddling the lane. Okay. It's a woman driving. Not that I'm against women, but that's a woman driving, and she apparently doesn't feel comfortable with what she's doing. And if you don't feel comfortable driving in the rain, don't drive in the rain. If you're doing something you don't feel comfortable doing, don't do it. Okay? Instead of out there doing 5 or 10 miles an hour in a 25 or a 35 mile an hour zone, if you don't feel comfortable because it's raining, don't get in your car and drive. Plain and simple. Because you were doing something that you didn't feel comfortable doing. You did it anyway. And then if something happens, you're going to want to blame the other person to be at fault. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So, yeah. But you know, there's a lot of crazy people on the road. Like me right now, I only have one hand on the wheel and one hand holding the video camera to shoot this video through the windshield. Low light, cloudy day, as you can see, clouds everywhere. Okay, and we're testing it out, but I'm talking and I'm paying close attention to the road. I'm paying exactly attention to what I'm doing. So even though I only have one hand on the steering wheel, I'm still fully aware of what I'm doing and what my vehicle is doing while I'm going down the road here. So this has been a pretty good test. We'll see how well the camera worked as a dash cam on a cloudy day and low light situation, and see if it can see the stop signs, see the stop lights. We have the camera set on 1296p, which is the highest clarity the camera can do. So hopefully the pictures are clear, crisp and clear. You can see them. Hopefully you can hear my voice, because the microphone is pointed away from me. It's pointed at the front of the vehicle. I'm behind the camera now. Obviously I'm holding it at the windshield, and I'm actually holding it about a foot away from the windshield. So we're going to see how that does. The Boblov C18 professional body worn camera. It's a small camera. You can almost hide it in your clothes and videotape stuff. A lot of police wear Boblov cameras when they're on duty because they have to have evidence as to what happened, what they did, so on and so forth. So hopefully it was able to see that light turn green, and they could tell what was going on at that intersection. That intersection is a high accident area. That intersection right there, there's a lot of accidents that happen in that intersection. The road is 35 miles an hour in both directions, and a lot of people run that light trying to make it through, and they hit something that's usually a pretty bad accident. So we're coming up on an area here. You see these trees on the right. As soon as these trees end in this parking lot, that parking lot right there, the police like to sit there and they clock you through those trees with radar so you can't see them. So you always have to be careful. We're in Euclid, Ohio now, and it's a small suburb that likes to write tickets. And we're pulling up to the Speedway to go in and buy a few things.